once I get angry, that's when they listen. This is ridiculous. I can't take it anymore. I'm tired of the mess. I'm tired of the stress. I'm tired of the arguing and the fighting. Let me know if you can relate. Now, we decluttered our house a few years ago. Gosh, maybe like 4 years ago now. And it is so easy to clean since we did that. But there is stuff everywhere, and I don't know what the problem is, so I'm going to try to figure that out. We're going to clean the house and try to figure out what the heck I am going to do with all these guys I live with who are leaving a mess everywhere. So let's get to that.
I'm going to start in the dining room. And, you kind of think like, how did we even get here? Why is this house so messy? I do not at all understand it. We just tidied up so well, and yet we are back here. Stuff is left out, and I don't know. Sometimes I feel like a broken record trying to get people to pick up after themselves. So I started picking up around my son's computer. For some reason, he's eating there. They're not allowed to eat by their computers. They're not allowed to eat in their rooms. And yet, you give people an inch, they'll take a mile every single time. Well, on the floor, I found all sorts of very strange things.
The tip of a pencil? Huh?
Cat bunny ears. Cute. Yeah, down here on the ground.
Like what? I don't understand.
And I don't know why there was so much paperwork on the ground right here. I put it on there just to get it sort of organized. And then I went to the table. Paper everywhere. Like, what the heck? Clothing.
So maybe the odd thing is mine.
But let's face it, that's actually for the household. So I got the one offender to come up and actually pick up the table as I decluttered this chair right here.
I think what bothers me, it's not necessarily the mess so much as the blatant ignoring that happens when I ask people to help, to pick up their stuff and to clean. And the fact that I have to do it probably 5 or 6 times. And then the part that really kills me is that once I get angry, that's when they listen. And they're like, what's your problem? Why are you so mad at me? And I'm like, oh my gosh, if you just did it when I asked you to, or just picked up after yourself to begin with, without me even needing to ask, that would probably be the most helpful. I think that's true. Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love my children though, so it's good. But I'm not gonna lie, there is a video coming out soon about teenagers and how much you are sort of go through stages of feeling super sad that they're going to move, and then you go through periods where you're like, oh my gosh, when are they going to move? So anyway, on to the kitchen. As you saw, it was a little bit messy, and some of this, of course, is my mess. And I love to just start with the garbage. I always start with one sort of thing, like all of the garbage, and then do some of the putting away. The one funny thing about me when it comes to cleaning up in the kitchen is that I do tend to sort of just randomly walk around. I don't do just the island. I do the garbage, and then I do putting things away, dishes, all of that. And this particular day, it wasn't too bad, but the funny thing about the kitchen is it just seems to take the longest, yet this is the one room where when I'm like, okay, everybody, let's clean up, my husband gravitates towards. And I think part of that is his ADHD, because he knows exactly where everything goes. It doesn't require a ton of thinking because so much of it is just like old hat. I'm not going to lie. I am the person who is guilty of having the most things of tea out. I keep it. You can't see me. I'm blocking it. But it did take, a good 30 seconds to put it all away. If I just put it away to begin with, I don't know why. It's probably because I drink tea so much. The things I actually really like to do in the kitchen, aside from cooking, is I really like to hand wash, unless it's super gross and greasy. But this is just relaxing, methodical. You don't even really have to think about it too much.
These knives, they are not sponsored, but my goodness, do I ever love them. And they even come with Band-Aids. And I did cut myself, but that's okay.
If you live with other people, tell me how you deal with after dinner. So in my house, we have 3 kids, and usually one does putting away, one does loading the dishwasher, one does hand washing and wiping, which usually works pretty well. I do have a new pan, which I absolutely love and does require a tiny bit of extra work. But for the most part, it works pretty well. Tends to be a tiny bit of spillover where I do need to like kind of go through and do like that last tiny bit of cleanup. But for the most part, it actually works pretty well. What do you do in your house? And also, does the cook have to help at all? Like, really?
Okay, I keep the bread here like this just so that the end doesn't get dry. So, keeping it like that, and if the kids want, they can come and have some.
I think the most satisfying part really for me is just the final wiping of the counters whenever you're cleaning the kitchen, and then putting things away into the cupboards, which is always very nice as well. And this is the pan that I love. My new love in my life is this lovely pan. It's a matte fur carbon steel. As this process has gone on, I'm starting to see I'm not entirely innocent.
Okay, this is mine. I get this out when I am doing some planning, things for my business, for the channel. My son drew these cute little kitties, but I need to put this away.
The cats leave this naughty. And this.
But when you look this good and are this adorable, really you can get away with just about anything. The living room is usually not too bad. We are a blanket loving people, so sometimes there is a blanket left out, and this is actually my son's heated blanket, so I'm going to admit it was actually me snuggling with this blanket. But I'm actually not as innocent as maybe I look in all of this.
Okay, but I was using this stuff today, okay? I gotta put it away. I'm sure leading by example is the best thing to do. Maybe this is why people continue to leave their stuff lying around. However, I still feel like then the weight of the world is on my shoulders, and it is up to me to always be perfect and always be the one that is following the rules. And all of them, they can just like leave their stuff laying around and decide not to pick something up. Like there's a chip on the floor. Okay, my foot just touched a chip. Ugh. Like let me know if you understand my frustration. But all in all, I love these guys and they're wonderful. And so for me, I think I've decided I will have an honest conversation and just say like, listen, I think we really do need to get back to picking things up at 7 o'clock every night. Nobody should be complaining. Nobody should be upset. And we should all just do it without complaining. That's going to work, right? Right? Don't you think? Yeah. Well, one can hope.
So although all of us in this house leave a mess, and some I'll leave way more than some people who are almost perfect, I might add. It does make me think that, yes, this is a we problem and we all need to work on it together. And that is exactly why I am going to have this conversation with my family later, because we all really want to enjoy our nice, clean house. And we all like it when it's clean.
One of the things that does make it so easy to clean our house is that it is decluttered. So with the stuff lying around, it's not that bad. It really is just a matter of sweeping stuff up and just deciding what to do with it. If you're new to this and you would like help with decluttering, check out this video here. I go into it 100%, tell you all the things that will help you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.